Hey there, Leo, my friends. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, be sure to give us a big thumbs up, like, and share. So, Leo, there's some balancing energy going on, and you're trying to figure out what to do, but you're not doing. That's some of the crazy stuff going on. How do I know? TikTok, here and now. Making good use of your time and what you have before you. What you're being asked to do is deal with something commonplace. I can see an onion, the peeling back of the layers, and you're like, I don't want to. This is my season, my time. It's time to have fun, time to be in the sun, as you can tell. In my swimsuit, my gear, ready to go out. Got the crazy hair, but we're going to take time to get this work done, to check in with ourselves and see where it all comes together. There's a big shift going on in our plants and our earth, and they're telling me that there are things that haven't even been crafted or created yet, stuff that's synergizing right now. It's not, the muffins aren't even in the oven. The creative process is occurring in the bowl and around it. So it's needing to take a self-assessment of what you kind of let build up, like plaques in your system, ideas of who you are, operation systems, that type of thing. And they're saying make the most use of your time, not necessarily get up earlier, but go to bed a little earlier. Tether it off and contract the time. Take the Saturnian energy and put it to your benefit to get the work done. Set a timer. I mean, when my kids were little, we made the timer the bad guy. That was the thing, is like, timer says is go get your bath. Timer says it's bedtime. That type of thing. And they began to understand that concept of time and the discipline associated with it. Not so much the discipline to face it and get it done, but the discipline and the reiteration in the mind that's not that big of a deal. That if you set the time, you'll learn to fit whatever it is you're trying to achieve into that measure. Just like a composer or a music writer sets the time or the meter of the music and the notes that are going to occur within that frame. So it can still make something quite beautiful. How do I know? Because you get 22 crown in your spread. Looky here. Yin yang. You've got the balance of the energies. And this is a beautiful merging. This is harmonics. This has to do with delight and delight. So really it is the perfect time to work on this. The great channel coming in, balancing the silver and the gold, the seeable and the knowable of the divine with the unseen and the unknown. It's really coming to hold your own hand, to tread lightly, walk lightly, they're saying. I guess to have a light spirit, to not be weighed down by the burdens of the world. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So these things that have accumulated are weigh more heavily on you than you think. And it has slowed down your performance time, just like when your phone gets jacked up and loaded. Not even just with apps and things, but pages that you've opened, it backlogs and accumulates. It can cause it to run slower because it's keeping all that open. Like, hey, you're telling me that this is important. You're telling me that this is important, but now you're doing this. And what do I do about that? What do I do about that? But now you're doing this. And that's why they're saying, if you begin to manage that and deal with that and get rid of those layers, peel off this stuff that's been hovering and waiting to land, and decide, is it of value right now? Do you file it away in a folder on your phone? You know, mentally, do you file it away? But you've kept a lot, like, really channeling around your mindset. And that will begin to get you on track and cause the world to move, because you'll pull into the center. You'll pull yourself out of the past mindsets or those holding patterns, and be able to take steps moving forward. So merging and uniting our action and our potential. Okay, so we can see the parts that we're supposed to balance. Let's just go ahead and pull it in. Both of them together, even though there's a card joining them. We have 4th chakra and the 2nd chakra going on. So we have 36 and 38. It's about your creativity going along with others versus your creative return unto yourself. about personal time as well as public time, social time. Where does that fit in? Because especially as the days get longer, we want to do a bit more. That's completely natural. And that's why you're saying, that's why we've sent this energy to you, Joy, to encourage us to get the mundane, the tiddlers, those type of things done and out of the way, that we can make the most of our pleasure and enjoyment, maximizing it, making it quality time. Okay. So in between the two and under the yin yang, this is how they're coming in. Under the balance, it's coming in like this. So we have attachment. So you might need to take a bit of a scalpel to it to take off your old face. Those patterns are noticeable. They've actually become a part of you, so much so that it's like in the arachnid layer of your meninges. There are 3 layers: the soft, the tough, and the arachnid, which merges them together. Interesting. So the balance of the yin yang is really in the arachnid layer. Okay, so you're telling me it's not just what you're holding on to, it's what's holding on to you. It's not just people and associations and patterns of things that you do, but it's other people's expectations of you. It's kind of hemmed you in and put you down a chute or a flume. Now, let me tell you, friend, what you're showing me right now, you're showing me that you're like cattle, or, even if a lion is going through a flume, right? Or a chute, that's because someone else is owning you. Someone else has the power and the control over your comings and goings in your life. I don't know what that's about. You and your spirit do, but I can see it. So the cattle, when they put you through those chutes, they're usually putting you on a trailer to cook you up, or to inoculate you, to vaccinate you, to castrate you. Any of those things that are done against your will. So it's very interesting. Second, fourth, of course, the third chakra, that is the merging in between. That's where the attachment is in your willpower. You've lost control of your will. And you're not like going wild and crazy. That's the thing. You're so hemmed in, so controlled by this energy. And it can be a power of the mind, also controlling the body. Like there might have been some programming in your growing up that you feel like, this type of fun isn't for you because it's not socially acceptable, or this is the type of job you're supposed to work because creatives don't make money. It could be anything like that, but it's these old things that are trapped, you're telling me, on the layers in between, and you have been chained to them. Take a look. See this? Maybe you do. Spider web up here. That's the arachnid layer going on in the mind. You need to take another look to get back to the purity of your mind. And I feel like that's why this fourth chakra is showing up here. So if you're attached in the will in the center there, then go with these two energies. Get them kicking into high gear. And that doesn't mean like through the roof. We're not Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory yet. But really get them powered up. Get on the page with your heart and what it is that pleases you, what you seek to desire and to have experience of in your life, goings on, that type of thing. But also the sacral chakra. So it shows me that it has blocked up relationships for you to have, and you long and you pine for them. You pine to be connected in that way, but you felt like your life wasn't your own. They keep talking about from an early age, from a young age, you haven't felt like your life was your own. So either you're famous or you're purpose-driven or something like that, and life hasn't had meaning. That's what you're talking about. This is your meaning, and this is your purpose. So you need that soul connection, not just soul tribes and friends, but that intimate connection. Lover, relationship, partner, that type of thing. And someone that doesn't betray you. Because it's obvious you've been betrayed if you are relegated to living a life where you're hemmed in against your will. It shows that external forces have kind of hijacked your life. So whether it was specific individuals or not, it could just be that you witness the relationships going on around you, that's how they behave. So your mind set the margins and it laid the foundation, the patterns of this is what love looks like. This is what life looks like. This is how it operates. Okay, so we're going to dive straight under the attachment right away with the Mariel Tarot, Mary-EL Tarot. And it's the Seven of Discs. Okay. You've been building up power for some time. You've been aware of this and you've been ready to break free. But each time you attempted and tried, you were either recaptured, brought back in, and then subjected and submitted to an even more taxing fate is what you're telling me. But you've been building up the energy, the wisdom, the know-how, the understanding of spiritual matters, of moving mountains, of faith, my friend. Well, here, more power to your faith, okay? More power to you bringing in the beauty and the life of who you are to change the heartbeat of our planet and to bless us all with that goodness, okay? So there is light coming on the horizon, but it's coming in behind that eclipse. There's something you're not seeing. It's almost like your mind is inverted. Your mind has turned on you, and that doesn't mean like your enemy. It is inverted. So the dark part of the mind is the back, the unconscious, because that's like a dark room where the film is developed that's taken in on the front here through the frontal lobe and the eyes. It's like it's been inverted, and so all you see is darkness. And you live and you serve and you live and you serve and you live and you serve and you feel like you'll never get it for yourself. And it's become cumbersome and burdensome. Like jacking up your belly, like constipating you physically, mentally, spiritually, relationally. The emotions have been blocked. Although you quite feel your feelings, what can you do about them? You don't have time for yourself. It's like, okay, so there was a time that people were slaves in Egypt. And when they were there, from dawn till dusk, they had to work in slave labor of building the pyramids. So if they were to grow their own food or to tend to their own fabric of their clothes or their children or whatever else, it had to be done after dark. It had to be done at that time. And if you're in that type of labor, you're so exhausted that all your waking hours are filled with someone else's business so that you crash out and burn when it comes to your own time. But I see a fire being kindled under your feet. This is the phoenix. This is resurrection power going on here. The phoenix regenerates itself like from a cinder in its own nest. As it burned down to ash, it finally begins to consume the nest, what is known as its own form. Like anybody who's been through tremendous starvation, or you watch any animals that have starved, they will whittle away to where they're just bone, because your body will actually eat your own muscles. It will incinerate them and bring them down, liquefy them into food, and begin to feed your body that. And it tries to save your organs for last. But eventually, if there's not much left, it'll begin to consume the organs as well. So you had gotten down to that type of layer, down to that level, down beyond the bone is what you're telling me, into the depths of the marrow. And that's why these feelings have begun to flood. They've become intense. And it's time for you to pick up that eighth key. Okay, so they're telling me the eighth key is to release it. Release the wisdom, the knowledge, and everything you've accumulated. Release it. Release it. And allow the magic to begin to work for you. They're telling me your planets are going to unbind you. That the whole solar system, the whole universe, look at this cosmic creation. All of this is waiting to save you. To like this, they're telling me, woo! Doesn't even exist yet. Kind of like the Big Bang, like the planets coming out from this drawing forth of that stardust, of that magic. Here it comes. That's, ooh, they cooking up you, baby. Ooh, that's fine like wine, Leo. I love that. I love that. So it's time to come out. Let it go. Let it go. That's the final ingredient. Let it go. Let it go. Let go of everything you know, all about the planets and everything else, because they are ready to communicate new to you and tell you who you are, not who others have said you are. Okay, so I need to get one of these little puppies on that. They're like, get that rune card, Joy. Well, give us a rune for... Oh, okay. That's all for there. Okay. So, possessions, fulfillment, mindfulness, reward, love shared, when to stand up for and to yourself. So we speak that over you now, that this wisdom, that balance of knowing when to stand up for yourself and to yourself, that it becomes clear how to live and how life operates and how it works to your benefit. If you benefit, that doesn't mean that you're taking from others and robbing and thieving and stealing from other people's happiness. No, it's your happiness that was created for you. This is your moment, Leo. Come on, baby. Come forward and shine for us. We want you to be fulfilled. We want you to be rewarded. And we want you to have this love shared. Okay? So, since we're with her, we're going to go underneath and look at the Nine of Wands. Is that not second chakra? I mean, look at this. You're like, raw. I don't know. That's been backed up for so long. It might be a little wild and crazy up in here. But I tell you, there's some freaky. You can get some freaky on. You can get lit. Oh, that's your gold essence. That's your divine connection here on earth. That's the tangible part, the golden thread, the divinity. And so it lights your divine fire. But what I see here, even more than the ferocity of the war, is the eyes, the intent of what you have your mind set on. And it's not to devour. It's literally, look, see the claws are coming towards you to claim what is rightfully yours. Your right to have a relationship. Your right to have your own life, to have your own pleasure, to have your own possessions. I know that sounds odd, but it's almost like it would seem like you were leaking even though you weren't, because you get and it just goes out from you. It's like coerced out from you and you're like, mine, mine. That's what you're saying here. So yeah, that's right. Mine. That's for you. That's for you. And they're saying integrity, long and strong. That's right. Stand straight. Okay. Since they're saying it, we'll stand straight and tall. We'll hold our head up and we'll be confident and bold at knowing what we're about and who we are and what's ours, and that delineation between the two, the clarity, the turning of the mind. Okay, so there were two little accessory cards that jumped out over here, and since we're beside them, I'm going to take a peek. It's a Nine of Swords and Strength. So this is you coming into your kingdom, baby. And oh, that's hilarious, because look, these are thighs, y'all. So this cat that's coming forward here is in that sacral chakra. There's pearls of wisdom. There is the union. I mean, there's even clapping and celebration going on. It's more than just you. It's so good. It makes your hair stand on end. Okay, well, I'm glad I trusted and put those out there anyway, because this is our short week here. So Leo, that's a little titillation, a little teaser of what is coming. Claim it. What is yours? Your rights to yourself, and that beauty steps forward, that kingdom, this crowning life going on here, this full union with yourself first. And almost immediately, it says like smack dab in the middle of that comes the other, okay? And now remember, we're getting over here under the heart, and he's got a bit more going on than just the heart. The heart is where you've been blocked, like the slumping and the slouching, which I am now seeing why they told us to stand up straight. And it was that caving in, that weakness in that sacral chakra. And that's why they wanted us to strengthen it first, so it can shoot up and burn through that arachnid energy in the will, and you can reclaim your life. It's not like lashing or thrashing it on people around you. It's not that at all. This is purely in your moment, in your space, right here within your own arms of navigating this. That's where the magic happens, and watch it all line up around you. But this has to do with the high heart as well. You know, up here, those pure dreams, and going back to childhood, the bold ferocity of innocence that says, oh, I'd like this and I'd like that. And it's the purified dreamer, which is perfect, because remember, in the attachment card, the mask was white, the clothing was white. So it's getting back to that clean slate. But it also penetrates up into the heavens through the crown chakra, up into the upper realms where they say you access your goods. Okay, which is why, supporting it, we have the high priestess coming in. They're telling you to know yourself to access your goods. When you know yourself here and you possess yourself here, you already have access to your goods because you have permission. That's all you need. When you're in alignment with yourself, then that channel, that integrity lines up, and oh, that makes perfect sense why it came this way. The mirror. So that's what comes down to you, to meet you, to kiss you, to greet you. Because normally it goes like this, but when that flung out, they said, just leave it here. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So look at this. Common occurrence, everyday life. Blessed, favored, radiant, golden, and silver. The seen and the unseen. Oh, well, that's this again. Look at y'all. So that's how the card usually comes out. Look at that. No wonder. I love how y'all come forward so boldly through these readings and share this time with me. Your energy, your insight, your wisdom of your spirit goals, of your planetary dances, those type of things. I've got to be the luckiest girl alive. And so the final card that, no, there's one more. Okay, so that had to do, oh, well, 2 of them came out. I told you they flung all over the place. This is the condensed version of how it's been read for millennia. This is what they tell me. So breakthrough, shift 180 degrees, extraordinary, opportunity of a lifetime, radical trust required. And so that radical trust is like a melting down, like taking all your gold, melding it down and making it into the perfect piece into you, taking all your metal, all that you know and who you are, which makes perfect sense, melting it down and becoming this whole new energy, this whole new synergy. Can you see that? You see that? And let it, they're saying, fill and feed your life. So that's what this breakthrough is about. You break through. You break through, and that's that roar like, yeah! You know, and I love it because you had the tiger and the lion both come out. Look at this. Is that not wild? You know where you're going. You know what you desire. You know what you're made of. And now you'll stand true to that, okay? So the lion is more obvious. It is the seen part, that golden part, and the mystery part, the silver part, the lunar part, or that's the tiger, okay? And then, so down here by High Priestess, we are wrapping this up. I mean, you ought to see how this looks. It's just like, bam. So we have initiation, the mystery, phoenix, hidden secret, to soar in inner perfection. How wild. Remember we were talking about the phoenix here? Yeah, and these cards weren't even out yet. And the mystery, which is what I just brought up in this one. So this is the center. This is down below. And the inner perfection, which is your heart. That's giving yourself permission. Permission to enjoy this life, to love and be loved. Because joy is the pinnacle of love. It's like the crown on top of the head of love. It's the thing that is beyond it. It is why we do all this. It is the thing that rises up in your life and springs forth. It is the living waters. You fun like wine, Leo. This is fun. I enjoyed it every step of the way. Every hop, skip, jump. Every power moment where we sat down and just roll with it, baby. So I'm about to head out to the beach and get some of that delicious sun in this Leo season. I pray you do the same thing for yourself. Something luscious, something kind, something extravagant and bold. Even in the midst of this little bit of mundane going on. This isn't a big of a deal. That's why we didn't talk about it much. It's just literally about getting in your place, getting in yourself. And that's where you clean out those old energies. You're like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I know who I am. All right, joy. Say I love you. Bye.